The Southern Rivers CMA established a Community Partnerships Fund in 2004. The fund supports partnership projects between organisations to deliver natural resource management education, training and capacity building to local communities. Activate is a partnership between the Port Kembla Community Centre and the Coomaditchie United Aboriginal Corporation to engage local residents in the protection, restoration and celebration of Coomaditchie Lagoon.
Coomaditchie Lagoon is a special place because it's a perched lagoon. That means it's a body of fresh water sitting over sand and an old sand dune. So what's happened over thousands of years, the organic matter has built up layers and layers over the sand to form an impervious layer, and so it holds water all year round. And as a consequence provides a really important habitat for a whole range of different wildlife throughout the year. It's particularly important as a habitat for the green and golden bellfrog, which is a threatened species and very much in decline. And Port Kembla has become a really important stronghold for that frog. And Coomaditchie Lagoon is the largest natural habitat for the frog. But whether it'll be always a good enough habitat for them depends on how well we look after it now, because there are many impacts on the lagoon.
So the thing that makes Coomaditchie a unique area is that there are such a vast number of different kinds of people and cultures living in and around the area. The Coomaditchie group of people that are from the Indigenous community are part of the original inhabitants that came down from Hill 60. And Coomaditchie now is one of the the only remaining cluster of Aboriginal people in the Wollongong area. The other thing is that around Coomaditchie, there are a lot of different kinds of nationalities, different people from different cultures that have different understandings of the environment, have different understandings of interrelationships between each other and between themselves and the people from Coomaditchie.
Well, Coomaditchie Lagoon is a very special area to the Aboriginal people because the Hill 60 tribe that was there in the old times were moved off there. I think were moved off there for the war, and they were shoofed off down here to where the Port Kembla Surf Club is now, right back around here. So they end up living in tin shacks and sugar bag shacks with the sand floors, because all this was sand. It was officially known as the official camp at that time. This is still their home for a lot of Aboriginal people of this area that were, born and bred here from when they were young. So this is a very special area, and we hope to keep it that way.
There's a couple of really significant issues. One is the introduction of carp, European carp, which is an exotic species, and that's cleaned out the lagoon of all the aquatic plants. So there's no habitat left for green and golden bellfrog to attach themselves to their spawn to when they're breeding, and there's no habitat left for water birds. The introduction of mosquito fish, which is much smaller, and they gobble up the spawn of the green and golden bellfrog. They're the two main impacts. The most damaging to human impact has been fire.
Over the years, we've replanted trees from 1993 right up till the day we're still planting. A lot of our trees were taken by people. We had a lot of our medicinal plants in there. We had a lot of our foods in there, our fruit trees. We waited for years for them to fruit, but people lit fires and the fires have gone through here. I mean, we had 30-something fires in a month. And there was one fire that went through and just totally damaged it altogether. It just wiped out everything. This was so bare after the last lot of fires. It was incredible. We've gotten a lot older since then, since 93. I mean, we might look at it, I mean, we're knocked around a bit, but we need people to keep coming back in here to keep helping plant, to keep it going, to keep it a bush area. We're in this one of the main bush areas within an industrial area. And this is like a park. It's a blessing to have this here. And, for the Aboriginal people, it gives us something to do and something to be proud of.
The centrepiece of the Activate project was a community festival held to raise awareness of the issues facing Coomaditchie Lagoon, to celebrate a sense of place and community, and to facilitate people signing up to work together in caring for the lagoon.
The thing about Activate that is so incredibly special is that it's a validation, a complete validation of what people like Narelle and Lorraine have been trying to do at Coomaditchie on their own for ages and ages and ages. So to have a project with a name that says let's activate the community is really supportive for the Coomaditchie residents, and it's also inspiring for the other people, because there are a lot of people that I come across that are pretty passionate about that area. They walk their dogs, they play with their kids, they picnic on weekends, and they like the area to be beautiful. A handful of people are destructive, and a great deal of people are sad about that kind of activity. So to have a project that says, come, let's pull together, let's work together and let's rebuild is marvellous.
Do you like the lagoon?
Yeah, we love the lagoon. When we first met here, we said, I don't really want to go next to that. But then when I first went over there, I said it's a pretty nice place. And then I met Harley, and then we just started to go over there a lot and save the frog and the turtles. Yeah, and we looked on the internet and we found a lot about frogs and turtles and all the native animals.
As the momentum for the festival builds, you can see the passion gets reignited, because, we get bad rap. There's a lot of bad press about Wollongong, Port Kembla, Kembla Warra, all that sort of stuff. And for people to have the opportunity to express and show off the positive side, it gets them excited. And something like the festival has the opportunity to educate people about how important and how special the environment is, both by them experiencing its beauty, by seeing the birds, by seeing the light on the lagoon and that kind of thing, and also by the education that's provided through the festival.
And the water plants can't grow.
If everybody can get up, mate, we'd have a very special area here, and maybe a couple more picnic areas over there for people to really come and admire this area, and look after it instead of damaging it. And I mean, we're having a bit of a hard time at the moment. We'll get back up there, and we'll be back over here after the festival finishes, and we'll be back over here working probably full on this time. And the more we get in there, the better, and the more natives, the better. And it'll be there for our kids and our kids' kids.